business for 2022, but you're like, Tristan, it's only 2021 and first quarter just finished. Why the hell are we preparing for 2022? Well, let me tell you how and let me tell you why. But first, I just got this cool new frame and I wanted to show it to you, obviously, because I like Marvel Comics, right? So check this one out. There's a reflection of the ring light, but that's Wolverine right there, if you're wondering who it is. And that is going to go right next to Spider-Man back there. So love those. I get them from Sideshow if you ever wonder where you want to get something for yourself. Sideshow is the place. All right, let's talk about preparing for your business for 2022. And it's all about Google. You go ahead and Google, by the way. You Google and you find that it's the number one most visited website in the world. It's got like 92 billion monthly visitors. All right, that's a lot. Number two is YouTube, still owned by Google. Number two is YouTube at about 35 billion. So Google owns that world. Now you think, well, where do I start, right? Because now you have to start preparing it to see what's next because the world is going to change up. I mean, pandemic's going to calm down a lot, and whatever your business is, specifically here, real estate wise, though, but whatever your business is, you all have to be on Google, right? And you look at the top companies that we compete with as real estate agents, it's Zillow, Redfin, and all the other brokerages. And where do they go? They go to Google, right? So let me break it down for you. I have these four things I want to break down. Number one is first identify that Google is a place to be, that and YouTube. And I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to start off with setting up Google My Business. This is what I tell people to do because it's the place you need to be. If you can't be found on Google, then you're probably not going to be found as easily. So the first thing is go to Google My Business. If you don't know where to go, just go type in Google My Business, right? As you go through, you find, okay, create a Google account if you don't have one. If you do, it says, okay, let's add your business, right? What is your business? Then you type in your business, choose your category. It's pretty simple, okay? It's not super complicated. Then you enter your location. And then as you're going through, there's a few more steps here. You fill in the contact information and you finish and you manage whatever it is that you specifically sell. Now, you're going to sign in after to Google My Business, and this is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to just type in ours because we've had it for a little bit. And now you're going to see here, this is ours, Thurston and Associates, and it's on a map, right? This is where our office is in Westlake Village, California. It can take you to my website and give you directions, and it even has other things at the bottom here, which are great. Now, this is how people start finding you through Google, right? That's number one. Number two, let's talk about reviews, right? You see, I'm barely starting on the reviews. So you see, I have 12 Google reviews. And what we're going deep on over the next 12 months is building our reviews to over 100 plus. Why? Because it's Google juice and everybody's on Google. So what they're going to start looking like is we're going to start identifying the clients that we did great on and the clients that we're working on and ask them simple questions. And then after they say, well, you know what, you did great in this and that, say, thank you so much for your feedback. Could you do me a favor and go here on Google? And that's what the reviews look like, right? There you go. And on top of that, if you've been following along too, there's something called Google LSA, right? So you type in realtor or real estate agent, either one. I'm going to type in real estate agent let's type in Los Angeles. Let's see what pops up. You see the top over here. This is Google LSA. And as I click, let's just say I decide to click on Justin. Oh, I know Justin, cool. Click on Justin, zoom out, and then I'm like, okay, there's a phone number. I call him directly, right? But look, he's got 23 reviews. So now local services from Google, they're pushing this because this is sponsored. You see, it's by Google and they screen you. You have to send them your insurance. You have to send them a few other things too. So look out for LSA, for Google LSA. That's part of the reviews, all right? Now here's where it gets a little fun, because the next thing you need to do is you have to start looking at your websites. You have to start looking at, well, what does my website speed look like? What can I be found online, right? And some of that over the next month and a half, you're going to see Google's changing Google. By the way, the way the analytics work, if you didn't know about it, go ahead and Google it. You'll see Google is changing their algorithm. So now your site, if it's not as responsive, if it doesn't load up quickly, it's going to get downgraded. So I'm going to show you a few things here where you can take a look at and add these couple of things for yourself. Let's start with Google, right? Developers.google.com. It checks the speed and a few other things, but I'm going to type in my website here, one of my websites, just so you can see. And again, the website is developers.google.com, and it'll take you there to the speed pages. But I'm going to type in mine. It'll analyze it. It takes a few seconds to analyze. As it's analyzing, you can play some music in the background. You can talk to yourself, whatever you want to do. But the idea behind this is for you to be able to see what your weaknesses are so you can fix them. All right, so I got a 61, which is right in the middle. Not the greatest on this one, right? And then you can go and understand what's going on, how long things are taking to load, right? And here's C, it says, here's the opportunity for growth, right? This is where the pain is. And here are the diagnostics. I can go in a little deeper, right? Or if I don't understand any of this, I can find an SEO company to help me out. Same thing here with Nibbler, and we try to do a few different choices here so that you're able to see what are your different choices here. This one went pretty fast. This gave me a better grade. Look at that. Not too bad. And then also, again, gives you opportunities for growth, right? And now you start saying, okay, well, what's next after I understand my speed? Well, now it comes to your SEO. And this is one of my favorite things because you go to answer Socrates, and I already typed this in, so I know what's going to pop up. But Answer Socrates is a cool place because now whatever it is that you want to create content on and what people are talking about, right? Look at this. Questions about trending topics in the United States. So for me, I'm a real estate agent. I'm going to type in real estate. And all of a sudden it pops up. It says, hey, look, people are asking these questions. How can I make a lot of money in real estate? How do you start in real estate? Is real estate dangerous? I don't know if I've ever asked that. What are the 4 types of real estate? And other questions. Well, this gives you an idea of what to start creating content on. Now, in the same fashion, you go to this site, which is Answer the Public, and I typed in just leadership, just to throw something else in, other than real estate. You click search, and it's the same idea behind it, the top questions asked. Right, here they go. This is the visualized feature. Now, if you go to data, it breaks it down even better. It says, well, here are the R questions. Are leadership and management the same? Here are the can questions. Can leadership be taught? Here are the how questions. How leadership has changed, right? Now you can start using this data to better help you out. Now, we all use Google. So here's a cool thing about Google. When you type in, and I typed in real estate over here, I'm just going to reload it for you so you can see it. But when you type in real estate, you can simply scroll down to a section right here. It says people also ask. And I'm going to zoom into that one because we often miss that. That's what people are asking on Google. This is an amazing spot for you to be able to understand what people are asking so you can use it for your content. Just looking at these 4 things. Look, what exactly is real estate? What are the 4 types of real estate? How do I get into real estate? And is real estate a good career choice? I can already go off of that, and I want to just dive in a little deeper. There you go. So these are important things you need to look at. There are a few other ones like Ahrefs, which you need to pay for, but this one can optimize your website for it'll give you a quick site audit. It'll give you the ranking. It'll give you SEO. And look, there are a lot of tools out there that you can use, but the idea is to start looking at Google a little differently because it can make a massive difference in your business. That's all I got for you today. Hope you have an amazing day, and thanks for joining me.